Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And that breaking news story is a Raleigh shooting investigation. One person was hurt near Capitol Boulevard this morning. What we know so far, as police are looking for the person responsible.
Tragedy in Minneapolis. People in Minnesota and around the world are mourning after that deadly mass shooting at a Catholic school. How leaders are responding this morning.
And UNC shooting memorial. People in Chapel Hill are remembering a faculty member killed in a campus shooting 2 years ago. This morning, how he's being honored.
And our two big weather makers. Number one, how much longer are we going to see this gorgeous fall feeling weather? And checking out the Labor Day weekend, we do have a chance for rain, but I'll show you why it's not likely to be a washout.
So here's the deal. We do have a lot of heavy stories we have to cover this morning on WRAL News, but we have some lighter ones, and we just want to thank you for joining us here. I'm Chris Levingood.
And I'm Renee Chu. Something everyone's talking about is how nice this weather is feeling, and we get to enjoy it for another day. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. A cool start to our Thursday.
Feeling great out there again today. We take a live look from our Jimmy V camera down Fayetteville Street toward Memorial Auditorium. It is 59 degrees, and our dew point's 55. Just a reminder, a dew point is the measure of moisture in the atmosphere, and when it sits in the 50s this time of year, that's what feels so great out. We're mostly in the 50s this morning, temperature-wise. 61 Fayetteville. It's 59 down in Clinton now, too. So it's going to be a perfect morning to get outside, walk the dog, go for your run, play some pickleball, whatever you're doing. And honestly, this afternoon, even though it'll be warmer than yesterday in the low 80s, it'll still feel good because our humidity won't start to climb. It does creep up over the weekend, along with our chance for rain. It's not going to be a washout, but we'll walk through the timeline coming up. Ken?
All right, Elizabeth, at 6:01, we're going to start on I-540 in Leesville Road. We got reports of a crash on I-540 eastbound near Leesville Road. Right now, we're not seeing it right now in our based on this traffic camera, but clearly those eastbound lanes not being affected by it. I know many of you use I-540 and alternate east-west route. As you can see right now, it's clear sailing from Lewisburg Road all the way to I-40 this morning, so nothing to worry about in that regard. As far as other major routes coming into the capital city, very little to no delays whatsoever. That little bit of a slowdown we saw on the northern loop of the Beltline because of overnight construction is completely cleared. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio. We'll keep you covered. 101.5 HD3.
We'll keep you informed during your morning commute. Thank you, Ken. The breaking news we've been following. Police are investigating a person who was hurt in a shooting this morning in Raleigh, and that happened on Pine Knoll Drive near Capitol Boulevard. Let's bring in Ali Calabar. She's been in the WRAL breaking news tracker all morning long. Ali, police are still looking for a suspect.
Yes, that shooter is still on the run, and police just about 30 minutes ago, this whole section of Graywood Drive was blocked off with police tape, and this is actually where police found that person who was shot. This is video from the WRAL breaking news tracker of where the shooting happened. So it happened on Pine Knoll Drive around 3:50 a.m. Officers found the man with a gunshot wound around the corner on Graywood Drive. Now, the man had non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital, but officers are still searching for the shooter. We're still working to find out what led up to this shooting. Police believe it is an isolated incident. There's no threat to the public at this time. Reporting in Raleigh, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
Ali, thank you. We're following more breaking news. A person is in the hospital after a crash in Durham. The WRAL breaking news tracker was on Cecil Street as officers searched for the driver. We've reached out to Durham police to confirm more information, including whether that person is facing charges.
And WRAL is working to learn who police are tracking down for a reported shooting in Durham. Investigators say they got a call around 9:30 last night at the Creekside Townhomes. That's off T.W. Alexander Drive. And when the WRAL breaking news tracker arrived, our team saw a car surrounded with evidence markers. And so we have reached out to Durham police to get more information about this.
Police in Minneapolis are mourning today after a deadly shooting at a Catholic school. At least 2 children are dead, more than a dozen are injured. Vigils and memorials were growing as the sun set late last night. Police say the shooting happened at Annunciation Catholic School yesterday as children were attending Mass to mark the first week of school. The Minneapolis police chief says the shooter was outside the church and fired his rifle through a window. An 8-year-old and 10-year-old were killed. Another 14 children and 3 adults were also hurt. The shooter was identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman. The attacker died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
And Renee, Pope Leo responded to yesterday's mass shooting. He said he was profoundly saddened to learn of the tragedy and says he will be praying for the victims, first responders, and the clergy there. Now, 10 minutes from now, we're going to hear from a security professional about the challenges that a school like Annunciation Catholic School faces on its campus.
2 years ago today, a UNC professor was killed in a shooting on campus. And today, the school will be honoring his memory. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live in Chapel Hill this morning to talk about how the university has changed since this tragedy. Kelsey.
Yes, Renee, a memorial will be dedicated in such a Yin's honor here at Cottle Lab where he died. Yin was an associate professor of applied physical sciences. One of his former students shot and killed him on campus 2 years ago today. Since his death, UNC updated its emergency plan. It made Alert Carolina messages more clear, enforced response training for staff, and put together a threat assessment unit. The university launched an emergency preparedness training for staff back in April. Last year, UNC added a new feature to the Carolina Ready Safety app called I'm OK. It lets people quickly notify their loved ones about their whereabouts during a campus emergency. The university is hosting that memorial dedication this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
At least 4 Union Pines High School students are recovering this morning after a pickup truck crashed into a Moore County school bus. You can see right here, a Sky 5 was above that crash site at the intersection of Vass Carthage and Lees Branch Roads yesterday. Highway Patrol says the truck driver lost control before hitting the bus, and the bus ran off the road, and then the truck overturned. We're talking about 22 people who were on the bus, including the driver, and 4 were sent to the hospital. Several others were driven by their parents there. WRAL spoke with a parent who rushed to that crash site after getting a call from her daughter.
And one student was being loaded into the ambulance with a neck brace on. So that was confusing and hurtful to the kids.
The driver of that pickup truck has been charged with failure to maintain lane, not wearing a seatbelt, and expired registration. Now, I got to show you this. That woman driving this car, seen going right past a school bus right there while there were students walking across the street there. Yeah. She was found and will be charged. This happened in Anger and was captured on security video, as you see. Police say they identified and located that woman. They did not release her name, but they say she is being charged with passing a stopped school bus. Police set up patrols in that area to keep this from happening again.
College football is back today in the Triangle. Week 1 of the new season gets underway tonight for NC State and Duke. UNC is just days away from its first game. They will play on Labor Day. The Wolfpack preparing to square off against the ECU Pirates tonight. This will be the first time the two schools have seen each other since last year's Military Bowl, which ended in a brawl on the field. ECU won that game 26-21, but NC State opens up as the favorite tonight. The game at Carter Finley Stadium kicks off at 7 p.m. The Duke Blue Devils are facing a familiar opponent tonight. The team will be taking on the Elon Phoenix at Wallace Wade Stadium. Duke beat Elon in the opening game last year, 26-3. The game starts at 7:30. We'll be covering the action before and after the games during our evening newscasts on WRAL.
And Renee, the UNC Tar Heels are just days away from their home opener against TCU. This will be the first game with new head coach Bill Belichick leading the charge. Belichick announced that South Alabama transfer Gio Lopez will start the season at quarterback. UNC opens up at home on Monday, and that is against TCU.
The State Board of Elections is entering into a political fight after clearing the way for counties in North Carolina to eliminate Sunday voting. Black churches often lead a Sunday voting push, and black voters lean heavily Democratic. Republicans tried eliminating Sunday voting back in 2013, but that law was struck down as unconstitutional due to racial discrimination. This new effort comes as Republicans have recently retaken control over election rules in North Carolina. You'll find more on what today's vote could mean for future elections over on WRAL.com.
Until state lawmakers develop a budget for the coming fiscal year, raises for teachers and state employees will be on hold. Legislative leaders tell WRAL those raises, plus tax rates and more, are at the center of this. Republicans control both the state Senate and the state House of Representatives. House GOP members say they don't expect negotiations to pick back up, at least until next month. For a detailed explanation of that debate, you can find this story in the NC Capitol section of WRAL.com.
School safety. Experts we spoke with say the scene of the school and church shooting in Minneapolis creates unique security challenges. What questions remain after the deadly tragedy?
And students hospitalized. Several middle schoolers in eastern North Carolina ate what is being called a candy-like substance. What investigators are trying to figure out after that medical emergency.
And school day forecast cool again. The kids may like a jacket this morning as temperatures are in the 50s across much of the region, but a nice warm afternoon. We'll see partly cloudy skies with low 80s. Looking at a chance for some showers over the weekend. I'll show you what to expect.
And here are your winning Powerball numbers: 9, 12, 22, 41, 61. The Powerball is 25. The multiplier is 4. There was no jackpot winner last night, so the dream is still alive. The jackpot for Saturday, now $950 million.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
612. Let's start off with a live look at Boone this morning. Some cloud cover there, just like there is here. Temperatures have been cool. You know, this time of year, August, you tend to think, oh, let's go to the mountains to get away from the heat. But, you know, we really haven't had to do that this August. We're going to see a wide range of temperatures tomorrow in the mountains, anywhere from 69 in Highlands to 72 in Boone, 64 at Grandfather Mountain. We'll have just a small chance for showers tomorrow, especially in our in the southern counties. And then on Sunday, again, just a very small chance for showers and thunderstorms if you're headed to the mountains or to the beach over the weekend. We're just looking at small chances for rain. Saturday, tomorrow, it's likely, or Saturday's not tomorrow. I'm getting ahead of myself. Saturday, a small chance of rain in our southern counties along the coast, and then again, just an isolated chance. Temperatures still feel very comfortable for us over the weekend. We'll talk about our chance for rain here for Labor Day weekend coming up. Ken?
Elizabeth, I think it's so nice you just want to go to the beach. Hey, listen, we continue to monitor this crash here on I-540 in Leesville Road. We believe it's off to the shoulder of the road, not really causing any problems for you this morning. Those are the eastbound lanes coming toward us. I know many of you use I-540 as an alternate east-west route, but you can see it's clear sailing from Lewisburg Road all the way over to I-40 this morning. Really free and clear to begin with. So that's good news if you're about to head out the door right now, because right now all our major routes relatively delay-free at this hour.
All right, thank you, Ken. After tragedies such as that school shooting in Minneapolis, many people turn their attention to safety. Topics such as how to prevent shootings and how to respond to dangerous threats when they happen. In the case of the Annunciation Catholic School shooting, there are two buildings on campus. You got the church and you have the school. Well, the shooting happened in the church during Mass. Security professionals are taking a closer look at that situation. And one person we spoke with says this environment, it creates a unique challenge.
Have you ever practiced or discussed how you would do a lockdown or an evacuation in a church setting? How do you manage access control? Who's coming in to attend the Mass along with the hundreds of students and staff you have?
In addition to shooting drills, security professionals are also looking into mental and behavioral health. Investigators are looking into the shooter's motive.
An investigation is underway after 8 middle school students were sent to the hospital in Carteret County. Officials say this happened after they ate a candy-like substance. School administrators at Broad Creek Middle School were notified of a medical emergency yesterday afternoon. The sheriff's office says parents were notified and the students appear to be doing okay. Investigators are looking into what the specific substance was and if there will be any charges.
A Surrey County elections official is accused of drugging his granddaughter's ice cream. County Chair James Yoakley told police the girls found pills in their ice cream and he was charged with felony child abuse. Investigators say they obtained video from a Dairy Queen in Wilmington and they say it shows Yoakley spiking the ice cream himself. Authorities say they believe he used ecstasy and cocaine. And at last check, Yoakley is out on bond this morning.
The lineup for the upcoming Hopscotch Music Festival in downtown Raleigh looks a little different now. This comes after the metal band Interceptor was announced as part of the event. There were complaints and pushback about the band's messaging and image. The band has now been removed from the lineup. The festival will be held September 4th through the 6th.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia will stay in the U.S., at least for a few more weeks. This is because of a judge that paused the Trump administration's effort to deport him to Uganda. The judge asked the administration to testify about those plans in a hearing scheduled for October 6th. And Garcia, you may recall, was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. Since he returned to the U.S., he sought asylum. And the Trump administration has accused him of human smuggling, which is something he denies.
The Trump administration is planning a takeover of Washington, D.C.'s Union Station. The Department of Transportation made that announcement yesterday, echoing the president's plans to address crime across D.C. The station is a big travel hub for Amtrak and the D.C.'s Metro lines. It has been under Amtrak management for a little over a year.
First came the removal of a memorial to Pulse nightclub shooting victims, and the fallout from that led to the removal of the checkered crosswalks outside Daytona International Speedway. Now, this is part of what Florida is calling statewide standardization. City leaders in Daytona Beach say the checkered crosswalk was painted over overnight yesterday, and a statewide order requires non-compliant surface pavement associated with social or political ideologies to be removed. Governor Ron DeSantis says the crosswalks can lead to distractions on the road.
There have been a bunch of them with various political viewpoints, by the way, and honestly, probably more viewpoints that are more associated with conservatives. And yet the DOT said, no, we're going to go do that. So my folks can provide that for you. It's very clear. I think everybody knows kind of where we're at with this, and we're just going to abide by the law.
Critics are calling the change part of an attack on the LGBTQ community.
Rockets lit up the night sky in our viewing area last night. NASA sounding rockets took off from Virginia, making vapor trails. Viewers sent in these pictures via Report It from Cary and Franklinton. And NASA says the launch gives a clear 3D view of turbulence at the edge of space. We appreciate our viewers sharing those beautiful images with us. Let's get to meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with the big weather headlines everyone's talking about. How nice it feels.
Oh, yes. And, you know, we just want, I shouldn't say we, I don't want to speak for you, but definitely would love for this to continue. And for the most part, it will. Highs will be in the low 80s. We had a couple of days with highs in the upper 70s. This will be a subtle, not huge difference that we see today. And our humidity really doesn't change. It continues to feel very pleasant. Humidity remains nice and low for at least the next 2 days. Fayetteville, Raleigh, Apex, Chapel Hill, all seeing some cloud cover this morning. As the sun comes up, you'll kind of see where you stand. We have some clouds in places and some clear sky in other spots. Chapel Hill's courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. And temperatures are feeling very pleasant. 61 in Fayetteville. That's the only 60-degree reading we have out there. Otherwise, mostly mid to upper 50s. So feeling comfortably cool. This high pressure system's been dragging down some nice cool air. But behind it, it's beginning to feed in a little bit of moisture. So you can see the cloud cover showing up there. We're going to see one of these fronts down to the south having a low develop on it and lift northward, and that's going to be our forecast pattern for the weekend. This high pressure system has kept us nice and dry and cool, and it's just been fantastic. But this low will try to kind of sneak in and push some moisture up. So a little bit of a jump in our humidity and also a chance for some showers. Now, at this point, it doesn't look like it's going to be really a huge deal for us. We take a look at Futurecast. Shoot, I had tried to zoom this in so that you could see very little potential for rain. Next time we'll catch it a little bit farther zoomed in, but just a little bit of rain in our southern counties for Saturday. And then on Sunday, this version of Futurecast is pretty dry. Here we go with it zoomed in. Sunday at 10 a.m. And then in the afternoon, this version of Futurecast just doesn't have much rain at all. We're going to keep it at a 30% chance on Saturday and Sunday because the models have continued to flip-flop on that just to kind of cover the bases. I mean, look at this. Our potential for rain the rest of the week, a lot of dry slots showing up there. And our Labor Day weekend forecast. Again, temperature-wise, it's going to be on the mild side, 83 Saturday and 80 on Sunday. Labor Day itself looks nice and dry, and we still have nice, pleasant temperatures into next week. Ken?
Well, Elizabeth, happening now, we're keeping an eye on that crash at I-540 eastbound near Leesville Road. Right now, we're not seeing any delays in that particular area, but we just want you to know about it just in case that's part of your morning commute. The eastbound lanes are coming toward us this morning. We believe that crash is off to the shoulder of the road and not really causing any problems for you this morning, because I know many of you use I-540 as an alternate east-west route. As far as other major routes into the capital city, very little to no delays whatsoever. Similarly, we're not seeing any delays in the Bull City as well. You're getting ready to head into the car. We've got you covered. 101.5 HD3.
Your time is 6:21. Saving lives. Law enforcement agencies in our state are launching a new strategy to stop human trafficking. How they say you can help out.
Student mental health, a change in behavior or appearance could be a sign of struggle. 5 on Your Side spoke with experts about what to look for and what you can do to help.
And hey, just a reminder, if you see breaking news, maybe you have a story tip or video or pictures of severe weather where you are, go ahead and report it to us. Go to WRAL.com/report it to send your video, pictures, or tip to our news team.
The Highway Patrol is launching a new initiative to stop human trafficking. It's called Operation Highway Guardian. State, county, and local law enforcement agencies will be stationed along I-40 across North Carolina.
They're going to be stopping in rest stops. They're going to be going to restaurants, to hotels during this holiday weekend to be a part of our initiative, be a part of combating human trafficking. What can we do in law enforcement, but what can our partners in the communities that might see something, and what could they pick up on as being a clue and then contact us to help us to combat this crime.
Highway Patrol will release its data from the operation once it's complete.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Taylor Swift fashion and a major announcement on the way from Ariana Grande.
Two big stories we can't just talk about amongst ourselves. We got to bring Ken Smith here for What's Trending.
Yeah, Chris and Renee, let's start with Taylor Swift and that engagement photo. Get this, the dress she wore when Travis Kelce got down on one knee and proposed sold out. Swifties quickly bought out the more than $300 Ralph Lauren dress in every size.
It looks super cute and comfortable, you know. They can buy that, but no one's getting that ring. That ring is a one of a kind.
She's a walking advertisement if you think about it. If she's wearing something and people want it, they're going to buy it.
She has the touch.
So listen, inquiring minds want to know about a mysterious Instagram post from pop star and actress Ariana Grande. The Grammy Award-winning actress posted a video message saying, "See you next year, announcement loading." Is it a tour? A new album, maybe?
It's probably a tour, because if you're talking about next year, that's something that it's going to be like a whole span of things. If it's an album coming out, it's going to be dropped like, what, a month or something like that from now? So no, I'm guessing tour.
Well, and there has to be life after Wicked, right? So she's done with that, and then now she's open to touring again, perhaps. We'll see. All month long, we're helping area animals find forever homes during our Clear the Shelters adoption event. There are plenty of animals in need of a forever home at Connie's Kittens in Apex. To learn more about this and to learn about other local shelters, go to WRAL.com/shelters.
Your time is 6:26. Raleigh police investigate. Police are searching for a suspect after someone was hurt near Capitol Boulevard. How that person is doing this morning.
And UNC professor remembered. Today marks 2 years since a deadly shooting on Chapel Hill's campus. How he's being remembered today.
And it still feels great out there. A monkey meter sitting at comfy at the dew point at 55. I'll show you how many more days we have this beautiful fall feel in our forecast.